Here we have my Hobbyking Bixler. I'm just running through some of the mods I've made and done to beef it up a little bit. Plus I'm trialling this new GoPro HD3 Hero 3 which came yesterday. I'm just going to trial and so I'm just messing about with some of the settings and see what it's like compared with my old Flip HD, which was a good little camera, but this one should be better. It's obviously more built for the job in hand, really. So we've got the Hobbyking DIY ply mount there with the GoPro case on it. And as a lot of people do when they receive a new plane, they have a look on RC groups to see what kind of things they've found and what needs beefing up. And the biggest issue people have with this plane in standard form, it's the original Bixler, is the very, very poor quality wing spar that runs through the two wings up to this point here on both sides, and all all it is basically is a plastic tube, and people obviously have had it because the wings aren't particularly thick. People have an issue with the wings folding, but what you can do to combat that is either replace the spar completely or do what I did, was I found the next size down which slots in perfectly inside the spar, glued it in place and put it in, and it's been excellent. So you can pick it up from this point, which was the weak point. It's pretty stiff, so that's pretty good. I've also run some carbon flats from there, you can see, running right down to here, and then just covered it all with packing tape right down to the wingtips and stiffen those up a little bit as well. It's reinforced tape. This is the 3M stuff. It's brilliant stuff. If you get it nice and flat, it's lovely stuff. The other thing I recommend was to stop any twisting or any sort of flex in the tail end, is to put a carbon tube in this trough here, which is already pre-cut out by Hobbyking. I don't know why that is cut out and nothing put in there, but I put a 3mm tube in there to stop any flex in the tail, and also one in the elevator there cut in to stop that moving laterally. And yeah, it's good. Standard servos in the wings, they've been pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean, it's basically just going to be a cheap platform, so I've changed the clevises. The clevises were not too clever, so I changed those for Park Zone ones with the little keepers on them, and it's all good. So top end, everything's pretty standard. Yesterday, when this GoPro came, I kind of realised I might need a little bit more power, with the weight going up from about 650, 700 to about 950, 900-ish. So I swapped it out for this Turnigy Aero Drive 282606 2200 kV, which is a direct swap and fits onto the mount, and that's running a 6x4 APC, fully balanced. Keep the vibration down a little bit. All I had to do basically was to cut a little section out here so I can get the wires out, because it's an absolute nightmare getting the wiring out, because the way that it's put together. And obviously, like a lot of things, when you put them together, you don't think about replacing the motor, but I have now, and the joins now, I can just take it out and swap the motor if I need to. Electronics wise, the recommendation on the standard form is a 20 ampere C, but that's not really high enough, really. If you're going to start to change the props and the motors, you need I would imagine a 20 amp would get quite warm, especially as there's no venting from the factory. I've added my own vent on the front here to get the air in and through and back out the other side. But I'm running a Hobbyking Pentium 40 amp with no BEC, so I'll put my own 3 amp BEC in there in line, and at the back there, which I've pushed back, is a FreeSky HR receiver. And the FreeSky system is just a different league, really. I think people just keep keep using it. It's just an awesome system. The range of receivers, the quality of the signal, and the range straight out the box is brilliant. So yeah, very good. So yeah, like I said, I've yet to test it with this the GoPro kit on it, but it should be pretty good. And it's a good plane. It's a pretty stable plane, and for the money, you can't really beat it. Really, I mean, yeah, the Easy Star's a better plane. There's no doubt about it. But for what the Easy Star costs, it's going to cost you £75–80 approximately. I've built this completely with better ESC, BEC, FreeSky receiver, new motor, new prop, for less than the multiplex Easy Star kit alone, and you've got to put all the electronics in that. So it's just way cheaper, and it's pretty good. I'll be honest. You can chuck it about. It's a pretty good plane. I would imagine now with this motor on, without the camera on board, I should think it'll probably do 75–80 mile an hour. I would think somewhere around about there. But that's not what it's about really. I'll just put it on there so it can lift the extra weight, so I don't have to keep on the throttle so much. So yeah. So I'll see you when the weather breaks. Ta-da.